All right, guys, this is gonna be good. We're gonna be talking to Jeff and Angie. They're thinking about moving here, but why? They've only been here once. We're gonna see, are they ready? I don't think they're ready. We're gonna find out if they're ready though in about 5 minutes. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna go, maybe you're not ready. Maybe we need to rethink this. Stay in Oklahoma a little longer. All right, guys, I'm gonna forego all the travel agency stuff. Here's what I'd like from you guys. So people that live here, please put your comments, like tips, things that that we don't cover. Maybe I forget things, and you want to make sure they know certain things. But if they do end up moving here, put in your comments things you might have learned the hard way when you moved here. I would appreciate that. So remember, comments after this video, right, to help Jeff and Angie. If I say it's okay that they live here, basically that's how it's going to go. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is, now, the reason I do like doing videos like this is because I know a lot of you people are in their boat thinking about making the move. And even if it's not Costa Rica, I think this will probably still be beneficial to you. So in the description of this video, I do this to a lot of videos, but I know a lot of people don't look at the description. But if you've never been to Costa Rica, but you have it on your radar as a possible place you'd like to live sometime, I'm gonna put about 10 of our videos down there that we've made over the years, that if you watch those, like let's say 10 videos, you're gonna know if Costa Rica, if you should even be considering it. It might take an hour to watch them, but it'll be worth an hour and you'll be like, nah, Costa Rica's not for me, cancel, boom. Or you might go, I can make it there. All right, Jeff, thanks.
Nice
Angie, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Now we gotta start from the beginning. Where are you from and what were you guys doing to even get to this place where Costa Rica got on your radar at some point? So give us like the breakdown of...
We're from Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And for the last 5 or 6 years, we've been talking about moving from the place that we live, kind of getting away from the rat race. I own a business, she's a dental hygienist, and everything's go, go, go. And
hamster wheel,
yes. And so Oklahoma has a lot of lakes, so we've been looking at places on the lake to move because we want a water view somehow, if it's not close, even farther up. But around Oklahoma, everything's getting so expensive on the lakes right now. Everything is way too, I mean, we're talking $500,000 to $1 million just to be even close to the lake. And so we just kept moving further out to where we want. We've been going to like the coast of Texas. We thought about moving to the coast of Florida, but everything just keeps going up and up and up. And we had some friends that told us, hey, why don't you come on a visit with us to Costa Rica? We're going to take it. And we were going to do this before COVID. And COVID hit, so we had to wait 2 years. So that's postponed just a little bit. We went to a place called Estrellas Oeste down by Jaco and Playa Hermosa.
Beautiful.
Fell in love immediately. Fell in love with the people. It was a place that didn't have hardly any tourists, except for the expats that live in this gated community that would come out on Thursdays. And you know,
that's the only time gringos are allowed to come out. In Costa Rica.
Maybe it is
Thursdays.
Maybe it is. You know, and at that time when they came out, we were like, I don't like this area. So she and I, when we got back home, I mean, we watched videos and videos.
TravelCostaRicanNow.com.
Yes.
Yes.
And we came upon your video, and the refreshing part was everything was truthful and to the point and no BS. And this is how it is. It's almost like, you know, you've seen those prison things like the Scared Straight. Yeah. So when we watch your videos, like, okay, we've got a lot more to think about than just moving.
How much time were you on vacation here?
10 days. 10, 11 days.
So that's pretty normal, but did you kind of go into the back of your head that we may not be seeing real Costa Rica right now? We might just be on the romantic, we're on a vacation, everything is better on a vacation, kind of like a honeymoon versus wedding.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
we thought of that, especially, but Estrellas Oeste is really not a tourist area.
Which was helpful.
Right. But then we went to Jaco, and Jaco kind of scared us. You know, it's just not our cup of tea. And then we had a friend that he went to Tamarindo a month and a half ago, and we thought, well, we need to see that part of Costa Rica to see what it's like and see if maybe that's more our style. And it's really not our style. We want more of a country vibe, kind of in Oklahoma. You know, it's not New York, it's not LA. You know, we're considered, you know, just backwards. So, you know, that's why
Middle America.
Middle America. That's why we like
Nothing
it.
wrong with Middle
US.
America.
Right.
Not America, it's US.
But
Because they're Americans here too.
yes.
Yes.
So we just kept watching videos and found out, you know, we'll be almost over our head, but we think that we're going to be close.
Were you, by what you were watching or seeing, or it doesn't matter how you did your homework and research, but was there things that you're like, wow, is it really like that? Or were you surprised by anything? Or did you hear the things you thought, everyone likes to say the people are nice. Or they say, it can be expensive in Costa Rica. I mean, all the just the ones everybody says, even though you can actually get things cheap if you want to here. You know,
I was sad to see that Costa Rica is more expensive than I thought, you know, but you're paying to live in a democracy too.
Well, I would probably push just back a little bit of that. It doesn't. Well, no, because a lot of people, I say this a lot of people try to come to Costa Rica to replicate their life they had. They want the same things and they expect it to be cheaper. That it's probably going to be more expensive. But if people come down here with more of a, not maybe uproot how you live, but maybe, you know what, do we really need the couch that wraps around 3 rooms? I don't think so, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, we don't really have to go. Now, I'm not saying you can do whatever you want. Right? I'm not trying to say, but if you come down here with the mindset that you want to lead a simpler life, or maybe you even want to eat better. Maybe you don't want to buy, sugared cereals anymore, and you go with this, or you're doing this. So there's ways that it's not quite as expensive, but can it be? Most definitely, even more expensive actually, depending on what you're doing. So.
Right. Yeah, and we found that out. For us, you know, trying to figure out how far away we can be from a market. You know, we love the little sodas. We like the small little places that you can buy the foods and buy everything like that. But you know, we do want to be close enough to where if we have to get a bunch of stuff, you know, 30 minutes.
Does medical come in at all?
That will, in the back of my
We're getting
brain.
older, Jeff.
Exactly.
We're getting older.
You know, and I have lots of injuries and everything like that.
Screws and plates and.
I haven't eaten the best. I may drink a little too much, and I don't know what that's going to affect me later in life. So I have thought about.
Oh no,
how
the
close
drinking you
to.
fit right in. That doesn't even matter.
Cerveza.
But I want to be kind of somewhat close to medical in case something catastrophic happens.
Like here, I think I was just saying this in some other video. Like. I just went through a little bit of a medical emergency, we'll say, and all the things around here are those little, what do they call them, those little quickie ones. Like, clinics. The actual hospital's an hour away from here. And now mine wasn't that emergency-like, but if you did, break something, or whatever, you might be a little bit more. Yeah. So I think it's a lot of people's consideration about kind of maybe being a little bit closer to San Jose, a little bit closer to hospitals, because Costa Rica hasn't done a very good job with hospitals, because there should be one up in the Tamarindo area. We should have one here. They could carry a hospital in Fortuna.
Oh, sure.
But no. Anyway,
Right.
Yeah. I don't think that's really at the top of our list.
Not right now.
Medical.
Now, why you haven't? We talked about this a little bit earlier. Why haven't there's other countries? Have you looked at other countries? Like, I mean, obviously the considerations are always the same when Costa Rica is part of it. It's usually Belize, Nicaragua, Panama, and Thailand or something.
Right.
It's always an
Thailand's out.
Yeah.
Because that's 26 hours away.
Right.
Yeah. Ours was a little bit because we have, we're still kind of close to family. We both still have our parents, which means at one point we're going to have to make that sad trek back. Yep. Or if one of them, gets, hurt really bad. But as far as Costa Rica, I would defer to her because she loves the no military, the people.
I like the.
She actually went for Costa Rica when they played the Americans in soccer the other time, and so.
And I do that too.
I guess I'm more familiar.
I looked a little at Panama. I don't know. I have not visited Panama.
You are coming from the hamster wheel. Will you be able to cope with the slow pace of pura vida, type of thing once things settle in?
I worry more about you with that. He's very social. And put me in a shoebox for 3 weeks and take the lid off.
I do both, actually. That's a
thing. I mean, when I'm out with people, I'm like, Gabby. Yeah, but I can sit in a shoebox for 3 weeks.
Do you have
You
plans?
give me
Of,
some music and some books, and
I'm not
you
gonna-
take the lid off, and I'm going to be like, hi.
do you
Yeah.
have plan? I mean, is so you're
I
not
never
coming
did.
down here to find like I'm just gonna do a part-time job on the internet. So
No.
that's not even.
No.
This is
No, I mean,
pure out and out retirement.
No,
Retirement,
That,
yes.
Beer
that-
drinking, shoebox,
Well,
shoebox
right,
living.
living.
Right.
Yes.
You know, environmental, just
we hope we don't have to work
Right.
when we come here. I mean, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think we will.
If
Have you
we
guys
live-
considered a budget?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I ask or no?
Uh,
Oh, no, you don't have to
No.
answer.
okay.
You don't have to
Yes, we
answer.
have
Yeah.
considered a budget.
All right,
we
cool.
know the top and the low, and we've talked and looked at other things and feel like we can fit in.
You can definitely top
Yeah.
out as far as you want to go.
That's
right?
true.
Most people,
oh,
do the
yeah.
other one. Most people kind of go, Michael, can I live there for 1,000? You could, but
yeah.
something happens.
Right.
You're out
yeah,
of here.
medical
Well, anything.
or,
It could be
or
anything.
Car breakdown.
well, in the last trip we came around Hocko area, power went out. So you got to think of
Oh, the
what if if your fridge breaks and your
Well,
yeah,
the power
yeah,
is a
they-
normal. I mean, not too. It's not. I mean, Nicaragua might be a little worse, or it used to be with the whole power outages. But we definitely get them here. They don't usually tend to last too long.
Yeah.
I guess. So are you gonna? If you do come here and decide to live, are you
What-
one of those you're going to immerse yourself in the culture?
Very much.
You're gonna be involved, get involved, learn Spanish, be a good gringo.
Be a good gringo. Well, he's getting the Spanish already. He asks me every day, "Have you taken your lessons?" Yeah.
It's horrible.
Are you
He's
doing them on the
taking
internet, or what are you
lessons.
doing?
Yeah.
Yes, we're
Online.
doing the Babbel, but
Yeah.
I already had some in college, so I just need to pick it back up. The words.
Do you want to
down
do
here
the
are
rest of
different.
this interview in Spanish?
No way.
Well, I couldn't either. I'm glad you said that. It would never happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd embarrass myself. People go, Michael, you've been there 17 years.
Yeah, the language is really going to be tough for me.
But
I
as long
mean,
as one person kind of knows it, that is very beneficial.
Yeah.
I just push D'Angelo in front of everything. Whatever we're doing,
Yeah.
I don't even.
Yeah.
What they say?
Right, right.
And really, you only need. You would need a good, somebody telling you what's happening in English and Spanish with a lawyer.
Sure.
Maybe at the real estate
Any-
type stuff like that, or
yeah,
maybe the bank.
documents.
Normally,
Yeah.
unless you go really like super rural or something out in the country, if you're kind of halfway around, they know a little, they know a little
Right.
English.
I'm thinking I could ride around on the public buses and just annoy everybody on the bus by trying to converse with them.
Well, they don't.
Or sit
I don't
and
think
watch.
they would mind that.
Yeah,
They
sit and watch
love
TV
talking.
with
They
the
love talking.
subtitles.
Yeah.
I'll get it. I'll get
See,
it.
I do
I'll
that.
get it.
I listen to
Like you said, you
Spanish
read it.
music. I can. Yeah, I can. But my problem is my ear. I just don't hear it. I
Hear
hear
it.
garbled words, even when I
Yes.
know the words. I just hear garbliness, and I can't. But I've always been like, even when I was young, in English words, I've always kind of had an issue with my ears a little bit.
Yeah, we may both have hearing issues.
No, yes, I think so. But I take a lot of flack for that. But whatever. Go get on your diet. Worry about you, not
I'll buy
me.
my hearing aids here.
Oh, yeah. So have you guys looked about what you're going to do with insurance? Are you going to get your residency?
That part we've thought about, especially what's going on with, we definitely wouldn't want to go down to Panama every 3 months with what I read about what's
Don't
going on
go.
down
Or
there.
Nicaragua.
But,
Well, Nicaragua is the better
Closer.
border crossing
Yeah.
by
Right,
far.
right.
It's an
Okay.
easier one.
Oh, I didn't know
but
that.
it just seems like, first you think, well, every 3 months we'll just go back home. But when you're on a budget, you can't just get on an airplane, and you definitely can't just drive. So, and doing that 4 times a year, maybe going to Nicaragua, I would love to do the residency.
The Nicaragua thing is, it used to be a big party when we used to do it. I mean, because there's always somebody going, and they've made it, Nicaragua, for whatever reason,
true.
has made it easier. We did a video not too long
Yes.
ago where they never did this before, where you could actually stamp into Nicaragua at one window and stamp out at the same
He
time.
was
They
quick.
used to make you no, you got to stay for 5 hours. It was always arbitrary. You got to stay for 3 hours, or
Right.
give me $20 and you can leave now, or that kind of thing. But the Nicaragua border crossing in Los Chiles is by far. Now I don't care what anybody tells you. The Panama one sucks major ass, and I mean I've been on it. They just mess with you. They. And you have to stay overnight.
Search you?
Okay.
Do
all
they
kinds of-
search you and that kind of
Well,
stuff?
they don't search you. They're pissy. Now, Nick, they can do that also at the Nicaragua border. It's like bark worse than its bite.
Okay.
They might mess
Yeah.
with you. I've seen you've done this crossing 3 years in a row, and you need to get your residency. And they just said that to D'Angelo, and he goes, okay.
But that's your business.
It is. No, I mean it's a loophole in the Costa Rica system. People have been doing the perpetual tourism, which is what we're talking about,
Yes.
for
Okay.
years. He's done it for 17. I have a friend who's done it for 25. But a lot of people go, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Nicaragua and get that cheap rum, or I'm gonna get some of my medical
Sure.
supplies."
They might wanna
or-
go anyways,
Or you go
yeah.
with friends and have lunch and
A
drink
week.
some beers and come back. So it's
Or
not,
just
it's not
spend a weekend
necessarily
there.
a bad.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we've heard the tourism right at the borders, Panama and Nicaragua, or a lot of Costa Ricans will just do that. Family weekend getaway.
Well,
Up
they're
in
always
Nicaragua.
they're always crossing. They might be
Yeah.
illegal. I don't know, but the Nick, it's just. I mean, 4 times, and then at least gives you a time, whether it's a year or a year and a half, to know if Costa Rica is even really right for you, because you're going to, no matter what you do, you are definitely going to go through a honeymoon period because you're going to be
Yes.
distracted. You're going to have to go do this, go get that,
Right.
do these things, fix up the house, buy the refrigerator. But then there's going to be some point where, okay, now life's hitting, and
Kind of that.
Yes, we
Honeymoon.
saw the lines at the bank as we were going through Nicoya, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a long lines."
have you thought about your banking? That's a whole nother.
We've read about like the Charles Schwab, or if you get your banking down here, about how much you got to get. That's going to be a.
I mean, technically, there's a problem with Costa Rica. Not the problem. So it's the good and the bad. There's like loopholes in everything. You can kind of, you're not supposed to be able to do this, but yeah, you kind of can, but not always, and that kind of thing. And banking's one of those. You're supposed to have your residency, but then if you start a business, if you have some sort of businessy thing going on, then maybe yeah. But the banking, definitely, you want to get that all ironed out. We'll say doesn't have to be Charles Schwab. There's some pretty decent ones now, I guess. Somebody just sent me a whole list of some good ones. Charles was number 2 on that list, but there's transferring companies now, PayPal-ish type of stuff.
Right.
Okay.
I use PayPal. They've been ripping me off for a lot of years.
They all get their percentage, their cut.
I don't know if other people have had these problems, but once they knew we were living in Costa Rica, the bank, he was Bank of America. They said you were going to clear your account's done in 30 days. You get red flagged like you're doing some sort of money laundering behavior. And then it happened. I went to the States, got a bank account with my mom's bank, and it was all going good for about a year. Then they started hounding me for paperwork, which I gave them twice, and they go, "Oh yeah, we see you got it all." The travel business, I had to show them like quote sheets and money going in and out. Everything was totally legit and legal. They just said 30 days, you clear it out.
Wow.
And I can you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Totally up and up, legit. It was even a business account. I was not even. Everything was on the up because that's what I was trying to do. Make everything right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the second time I had to do it, I showed them, and they go, "Yes, Michael. Yes. Oh yeah. We just have to do this." Somebody higher up just said, "Done."
Yes.
Yeah, being transparent and on the up and up. I didn't think about the banking.
Think about it.
Yes, and right. And so the first time we came down here, obviously vacation. This is more, investigation. And he goes, "Look at the lines at the bank." And I'm like, why don't they just mail in their,
They can't.
mail in your payments? And
They can do all that,
I
really.
didn't, but I haven't seen any mailboxes here.
Well, that's because there's no addresses.
There's no U.S. Postal Service.
There's postal service. There's postal service, but your address is 50 meters south of the church in the apartment building on number 7.
Okay.
They end up finding you, and a lot of
geez.
people have P.O. Box people get P.O. box things.
Oh, I see.
But typically, once you've been living here for a while, obviously can't speak for everybody, but you're not really getting a lot of mail.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
really, or anything, and that's super
Yeah,
important.
I
And
guess
usually,
it's junk mail.
I would probably have,
Yeah.
like, my
Sure.
mom's address is what I use.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
if something, PayPal writes me, she just goes, hey, you got something from PayPal.
Yeah.
She reads it to me. It's usually a throwaway anyway. But
Yes.
you guys
Yeah.
might have more stuff coming in. You might want, like, to look at
No.
P.O. boxes or whatever.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
banking's one. Make sure your driver's licenses are all
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah, and not
We saw
expired.
those lines too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Or-
bank,
or
and then the
like
bank.
the tag agencies. They got to be just as bad
The
here
what?
as they are at home. Tag agencies.
cars.
Oh, the DMVs?
Yeah,
Yes.
DMVs.
Yes, I
yeah.
can attest.
Yes.
We just got lucky that when we first got here, you could get a driver's license. And so we just got grandfathered in, and I think D'Angelo and I have upgraded our driver's license 4 times. First time it's like 2 years, then it's good for 3 years, then it was 5, then it was 7. Matter of fact, I might be close. But I got my
Wow.
I mean, I can get it now. I have my
Right.
residency, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
But I
But
didn't get.
you ride a bike a lot, though, right? Even though, yeah, I like it. That's a motor. it
Well,
looks-
if we were to travel anywhere, D'Angelo would be driving. We would just drive. But
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
our everyday life. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the store. Everything's 5 minutes away,
Every-
and it's like I just don't need a car.
Yeah.
Could I get a car? Yes, but just watching him, gas prices and Retebi and Archam, all these are
or
all
waiting
the,
on parts or something like
yeah,
that.
depending. You got to be careful what car you get here for sure, for sure. So a driver's license, banking, the first rental you get will probably be gringo priced.
Right.
You just won't know. And then,
Right,
so the
right.
first place probably isn't going to be your place you're going to stay for too long.
Okay.
You'll probably get
Okay.
you'll get more of the
You'll realize.
here's what we're doing. You kind of got us on this one, but you'll be
Okay.
more smart about the ways of the
Yes.
Tico gringos and stuff.
Lay of the land. Yeah.
Our friend's paying. There's a place 2 blocks from here. He's a friend. He's been coming to Costa Rica for, I think, 7 or 8 years, but he doesn't live here, but he stays for a while. He got this place, it's on the 2nd floor. It's not, he's paying $1,600 a month. I'm telling you right now, I have not even been in that place, and that's bullshit.
Wow.
Is that where the music's
And
coming
no,
from?
that's the gym.
Oh, okay.
He
It's 'cause I
knows,
see
he
the
knows he's
music's
paying
good.
too much. I go, Craig, what are you
Yeah,
doing? He's gonna watch
right.
this video and he goes, I can't believe you're talking about this.
But what? I mean,
I don't know what he was thinking.
can you barter here on stuff like that?
Borrow money?
Barter.
Yes. You're not going to be bartering for any goods in the store because usually those are worker bees
Okay.
and they literally don't care if you
They-
buy something or not.
Okay.
They're like,
Yeah.
no, the price is there, and it's not the owner. Now maybe the owner would.
Right.
Now,
Okay. But for rent?
your rental, well, you better. If you're not
Yeah.
or you're just a sucker, and you're going
Yeah.
to be paying way too much. So you would definitely barter on your rental if that's the way you're going to
Right.
go.
Okay.
So have you thought about that? So if you're going to rent, which I'm assuming you don't be buying. You're not
first.
buying
Yeah.
anything.
No,
you,
no.
we've-
Okay. So how long?
Is
Do
it
you guys have a
even-
timeline on that?
Well, like we were saying earlier, definitely 6 months to a year for sure, 100% certain. Like I was saying earlier, it's just in the back of my brain. I'm just so worried about, you get into a place and then all of a sudden the rents jump, and then you see a place like we saw a place earlier. You see it it's in our price range, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to have it. I've got to fight that.
Oh, wait a minute.
We have to fight that because, there might be other stuff out there, and you also want to make sure that we're in the right area. Like say we went first to Estoril Oeste, and all of a sudden we're like, this might be too remote for us. Or say we get into Tamarindo and we're like, oh my gosh, we're living back in America, or it feels like that a little bit. So, we definitely want to do that for 6 months to a year for sure.
Renting.
To kind of look around as well. We still have not been down to Uvita and Dominical, the southern parts of Costa Rica.
Campos.
So we want to go down there because we like the mountainous areas.
Uvita's a big up and comer. That's where all the gringos seem to be going now, so they probably don't want to hear that you want to go there. But
That'd be great if
and
they
remember
built
on
an
your rentals,
airport.
we talked earlier, you can get contracts on your rentals.
Right.
And I don't want to say if you left here after the first year.
Mm-hmm.
My personal experience, I'm not telling you to do this, but if you left after a year, not a whole lot's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if it's for 3 years, and if you want to
Oh, I see.
Yes,
I
sir.
see. You could break the.
Oh, you can. I mean, they're used to it. I think
Okay.
most of the Ticos do that too. I mean, they roam around a lot, especially like
Right.
here. This is a tourist place, so the rafting guides come in, they get houses or whatever,
True.
or they're renting places. They just kind of pack it up and go. I'm not saying they're all like that, and I'm not saying
Okay.
you should leave at the
Right.
midnight or anything. But the more thing was. The rental agreements are 3 years typically, so you can easily get that. And, they
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
And again, you have a
Right.
lot of rights as a renter, even without being a resident, you got those rights. So
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, that is good to know. Were you originally asking though when we're thinking about moving here, or were you asking how long do we want to rent here?
well, I was just wondering what your timeline was like. Yeah, like what he said, like we
how
want to
long
be
we-
about a year.
Yeah.
And who knows if that's long enough or short
Right.
enough.
Yeah.
True.
And we may change our minds when we get here. We may want to keep on renting, but I think we're going to get so excited we're going to have to settle ourselves back and think, there's never going to be a home just like this one with this view or this location. There's always going to be another property is what we've got to remember.
I'll tell you, I'm not trying to push our real estate site, but we put some properties on there that I did not even know existed, because all you see usually typically in Costa Rica real estate is condos by the beach
Yes.
and these $1 million houses in Escazú. We've been putting houses on there the last month and a half where I'm walking around 6 acres of land, a house, a restaurant bar area. It's got bathrooms and stuff, and then another worker house that did need some work for like 200. I'm like, what?
Wow.
No,
Right.
but we keep seeing them because you don't see these anywhere. So the guy that finds them, Dan, he's a friend of ours. He does the real estate stuff. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go out to here, and the houses are extremely reasonable. Where you almost kind of go, wait a minute,
200?
wait, what? No.
Yeah. What's
Right.
wrong with that?
Now
Yeah.
they typically tend to be a tad more. Okay, you're 15 minutes from Fortuna. You know what I mean? You're not
Sure.
right here in proper. These
Right.
because like you would probably expect, the prices here
Higher.
not so friendly.
Right.
Not
Sure,
so friendly. We did a house not 4 blocks away. It's a corner. It's nice. It's actually on our site too. I asked the lady that's our friend. She's a real estate. And I said, how much are they asking for this house? And she goes, $400,000. And I go, wait, what?
Wow.
What? You're going to use our channel to fish a property? But okay. So but she's kind of right, because this is turning into prime real estate. So
is.
she's probably not off. The house was really nice, and it was nice. But I was like, man, that seems a little too much. I'm probably wrong, actually. I mean, so when you're proper in like Escazú or La Fortuna, the prices are definitely going to be high. But
Sure.
I could show you houses you would be amazed at. You'd be like, it's 120. There's a house we put up. It's 120. It's a Tico. I think it had 3 bedrooms, big porch, a bodega, which is the garage, and it had another. He raised canaries. He had
Why? There's birds everywhere.
He had a room as bigger than this. It could have been easily turned to an Airbnb. It's on an acre of land that's next to a river and a bunch of banana. 120,000. I was like, there's no way this. But yes, it's. I don't know, 15 minutes from over here. So yes, but those properties do exist, man. They're all over
Wow.
the place.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Well, in your town square, your big church and town square, I think when you get closer to areas like that,
Yeah.
because the last week, the Independence Day parade,
Yeah.
wasn't it just that road
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any
so I
city,
see why it would cost
cities
more.
are always cities are always going to be more, but they
right,
just. But
right.
what I was amazed at is I guess I was just so clouded by the real estate because it's always the condo by the beach.
Right.
It's always
Yeah.
that gated community. Hey,
Yes.
retire here. It's only
Yes.
$750,000, and then it's also $500 for maintenance
Right.
fees every month.
Right.
Oh, let's
yeah.
buy that.
What are the
Let's get
homeowners
3.
association
that's
fees?
definitely not
Yeah.
what
And there's a
looking
million
for.
of those
True.
in Tamarindo and
Yeah.
Playa Coco and all
But
the
then
places.
you get the tennis
Right.
and the golf with it.
Yeah,
and-
well, no, you get all that. I'm not saying it's bad, but
No, I
a
don't
lot
want-
of people
yeah,
are
we
kind of
don't need
looking for
that.
more. Well, I don't know. You know, a lot of people
kind
go,
of a bubble.
They go, I want to be off the beaten path, but when they say that, it just means they still want the freeway to run by the beaten path.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Well, and true, you're paying for good roads right here too. You know,
Well, yeah,
a
you're paying
home
for
right
everything,
in
but
this area.
people like say they
Further
want
out
to be
you
rural,
get-
but then they'll say, yeah, but that gravel road was like a quarter of a mile, and I can't be going down that every day. So it's like, well, shut up then. What do you want to be? You want to be in the
And
city.
We figured it out this trip. The potholes are real.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's the weight. yeah.
I'm going
Surfing
to
the
name the video, The Potholes Are Real.
Yes.
They used to be more real.
That's
And it's been rainy season, but so what they'll do, a lot of them will go over and fix them, and then the road will be good for 6 months, and they start that process over. And it just depends on the road. But I can tell you, just a little, Costa Rica has been better about that than it was, because it used to be way worse. It was more real, Angie, I'm telling you.
well, we're from Oklahoma, so we get potholes. We do.
We have bad roads.
We have bad roads.
you guys
Then you
like
go down
this.
to Texas, and it's
Nothing
like
like
these
this.
roads are great.
What do you do about cars? Are you okay? Well, no. Let's go. So if you do come out here, are you going to get a container? Are you going to bring your stuff out?
No, we're
No.
going to be minimalists. We're already in the process of, like I was saying earlier, I've already sold the sports car. We've already sold a lot of the stuff. We are thinking of only coming in on 5 or 6
Suitcases.
luggage of those big black bags. We're already selling everything.
that's what
right
we
now.
did.
And we're just going to do basically clothes and maybe a couple of keepsakes that you want to keep stuff from grandma and stuff.
When we see Jeff and Angie in a white T-shirt, we're going to know they turned the corner.
Finally.
They turned the corner.
Yes.
Well, our only cargo thing will be Charlotte and Roscoe.
Yes, our dogs.
Yes.
That's going to be enough.
Do you have kids
federals.
besides them?
No.
Federals.
No kids.
No children.
Best movie
Yeah.
ever made.
Yeah, well, he keeps saying, I've got a low sperm count. Or no, wait a minute. How is it you say it? So one of us has a low sperm count.
It's probably me now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Wow, I've
one of
never
us has a low
never
sperm
talked about
count.
sperm on these videos.
No
This is
kidding,
a
I
whole
was-
other
Right?
thing. Jeff and Angie, thank you for that. I'm
No
sure
kidding,
everybody.
I'm hitting
He's
under the
turning
table
red.
going.
I see him turning red.
Good.
What about a car? You guys gonna purchase a car?
We want a car because we want to drive around.
Yeah,
we want to explore the country. We want to, go to
Yeah.
all the different places. But,
Adventure.
after being on those roads, I do know that I want to get a mechanic first to look at it.
4
And want
by
to get one with somewhat low miles, but a 4x4.
Do you know? Are you going to buy? Do you know all cars are double the price? You know that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
That's
yeah.
a thing here.
Right.
higher
and
gas.
we know that Toyota, go with Toyota, go with something that's going to be easily worked on.
Good move,
but
yeah.
we need to make sure it's a good car. Like when we went to Playa del Coco, we didn't realize that we were going to have to go through a river. Thank goodness it was low. And, so it's kind of like in my
Like
brain, I'm like, okay, I need a
literally.
little higher car than I think.
Yeah.
That's just fun.
It was
I
fun.
mean,
It was
you
fun.
gotta-
She
we,
videoed. It was
we
our
were
anniversary,
rooster
so
tailing.
she's- yeah.
Like,
Let's go through a river.
Exactly.
Sometimes Waze will take. I don't know. Waze is that
Waze.
application. Sometimes that Waze will take you through a river, and you
Yes.
didn't know it was going to take you through a
That's
river.
what it did. Yes. I had no idea that's what was going to happen.
yeah,
So
that was
So that kind of
adventurous.
added to my, our thinking of what type of car and everything like that.
And we're gonna make friends with a repairman.
You need to take
I'm
him
gonna
some
find
brownies and
out
cookies, yes, for
whatever.
sure.
If he likes banana bread, I'm gonna learn how to make
Do that
the
by referral,
best
or find
banana bread.
I would find probably even a gringo. Not that you can always trust him, but I would trust a gringo that found a good mechanic, because
Right.
sometimes. Nothing against the culture here, but sometimes if the Tico gives you the referral, you might ask for a handout on that referral too.
Right.
You might have a reason for saying that, like,
Exactly.
"Hey, I brought you Jeff and Angie. I know they got that $40,000 car you're working on."
Yeah.
No, I'm
And we're
going
not
to
thinking
take
new
that
car.
back. If you just find
I know
some,
what you mean.
Yeah, and you don't need a new car here because
No, you don't.
it's gonna get banged
D'Angelo's
around.
He's had that for 10
Yeah.
years. It's been
Right.
great.
Yeah.
I've already bought it
Yeah,
when it was already kind of
new.
older.
And we kind of loved that about here the last time we came. Remember we saw that one like convertible Mercedes and we were like,
Yeah.
Well, they
what?
have stuff out here. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like you can't find
But
a
I
car,
mean,
but can you work on a car?
Exactly.
Cars, yeah. How nice of a car you have doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
That's
It's
what I love
nice.
about Costa Rica too. Is the
nice.
people are people.
doesn't-
Everybody around
whatever
here. It's not
you-
about the flashiness.
Whatever you want to wear, it doesn't matter.
Oh, your wardrobe is that's going to be the first thing. Yeah, You just don't do that. You don't go to.
Right.
You're not wearing.
Yeah.
I've never worn a suit here. I think I might have worn a button shirt one time because the club we were going into said I had to wear one. But
yeah.
you just get. You're going to be comfortable, and that's so your whole wardrobe is gone because you're going to go. No, I think I'll probably wear this. No, you won't.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Well, when we got stopped waiting where the road clogged because of that funeral, nobody was dressed up.
Well, you might be dressed up
Somewhere
if you buy the
in-
condo by the beach with those
Yeah.
with those
Those
people.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
And
not,
if I learned to play tennis or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Or
we
golf.
just hammered those people.
Yeah.
didn't
no kidding. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
So what do you guys
No,
think?
I'm just
Were you
saying
guys
I don't
a-
know how to do either one.
Were you guys?
so.
I mean, you were only here 10 days. I get it.
wanna
But
hike.
were you around any of the culture at all with the
Yes.
Ticos?
Yes, we've been to when we went up to Rio Celeste. Like our friend took us off the trails to different places, and took us into some of the little villages that had the real food. No English. Seeing the way everything is made, it was really nice.
Would you be? Well, I guess you guys maybe said this. So where are you thinking about living? Are you going to be more rural? You're going to be closer to? I know you kind of said you want to be by, this or this, but have you considered like, I don't know, 20 minutes outside of Jaco or 20 minutes over here or?
About 30 minutes probably would be around the area. I love. That's where our compromise comes. I love the mountains, so I've always wanted to move like to Denver and United States. She's always wanted the beach, so we've kind of come together to where
Yeah,
if
the
we're
mountains,
kind of up in
the
the mountain where we
beach.
could see the ocean, or as we saw, Arenal Lake, being up in those mountains and seeing something
That's
like
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Just to where we can see water, and we don't want to be on the water because that's just that won't
Yeah,
be in our
true.
budget.
I mean, the common denominator is we both want to be able to see water.
See water.
Whether it's a river, which there's a million.
There are.
Yeah, this lake.
Have you
And then-
considered any like the town? I don't know if you've gone. Well, you probably went through it unless you came down from Tamarindo. But did you go through San Ramon or any of these kind of Tico, more known for Tico towns? San Ramon's right off the freeway, and it's it's a big Tico town. Like the one when I was saying the hospitals in our way, that's San Carlos. That's a
Okay.
big Tico town,
Tico.
and
Yeah.
like a lot of gringos that live over in San Ramon though, because it's
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't been around there.
yeah. So you did come in around the lake.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
so most
it's-
people when going to San Jose, you go one of other two ways.
Okay. Right.
So
Yeah.
you will either go through San Ramon or see that or San
Right.
Carlos. So.
Right.
We saw things were more written in English the closer we were getting here.
Yeah?
To La
You mean like
Fortuna and around
signs?
the lake.
Signs,
Signage.
Which was weird.
Yeah, because I mean we've gone through several little towns now, or stopped for coffee or a pastry, and you kind of have to communicate in Spanish or just point
to the picture?
point to
Yeah.
things.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
looks like the picture,
Yeah.
but that's another
Yeah.
that's another video. Another video. So what do you think about? Okay, let's do that because what do you like the food?
Love it.
Oh my gosh, I
Love
can
it.
fruit. I can live on fruit. Oh, I tried the cacao, the chop it
Chocolate.
in half. No, the
You mean the coconut?
fruit. The
It's that fruit where you open up and you just
and
suck on the
the-
seeds, and you take the seeds.
it's
out.
kind
It's
of-
guava.
Yeah.
Yeah,
might have-
it looks like a
Guava?
pea pod. That one? There's so
it's
many.
yellow and brown.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
I
the
know.
one you
Yellow
suck
and
all the little
brown.
seeds.
Right.
Thinking,
Yeah,
I
it's kind
always
of
forget the name of
sweet
that.
and sour.
Oh, I love that thing. You
Oh
just go.
my
Yeah.
gosh!
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
really
gosh,
good.
that could become my.
Somebody
candy.
tell me what the name of that fruit is. I always
Yeah.
forget it. You
Right.
guys know the
Yeah.
ones, one little sack that looks like little
Cacao
seeds.
fruit?
Yeah. And then
Cacao is chocolate.
No,
Right.
yeah.
But we also had like orange flan, homemade. This little lady, she was selling it at the side of the road, and so he stopped for that and said, "You got to try this." We ate it, and I'm like,
Oh,
I could get so fat off. Just
No,
eating that.
you run into. We still run into fruit and food here that you didn't even know existed.
Right.
You're like,
It's
where did
amazing.
this come from? You're like-
Yes.
when I was
Yes.
talking about, it looks like a big thick pea pod, and
Okay.
it's got seed guava. It's got white stuff on the seeds.
Okay.
And you suck that white stuff off the seeds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I'll put like 5 of them in.
Right.
oh yeah. Yeah, I can live on fruit.
Yeah.
And well, first time we came here, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a cow. There's a cow. Because I think I just thought there's going to be mountain goats. There's mountains and volcanoes everywhere. Mountain goats, little donkeys, or you're at the beach. You know,
I think you might have been in another country on this one, Angie.
No, I mean, I just.
You are not ready.
No.
No, I've made my decision.
Oh.
Thanks for talking to us.
So-
We'll see you here.
But-
You need to go to Peru.
Peru.
No, but this man's a meat eater, carnivore.
Well, he's gonna.
We both love fish, any kind of fish.
I had my first octopus
Yes.
last night.
Yeah,
No,
how was
no,
it?
you've
Rubbery?
had-
Grilled octopus.
No, you've had-
Oh, it
It was-
depends how they
You've had
make it.
It was
sushi.
really
You've eaten raw octopus.
Sushi, but I was talking about
Yeah,
like
raw.
when you get it in its
On the
legs.
plate. I think it was moving.
So what do you think, guys? They're going to make it? I don't know. It's out. I think it's 50-50. Well, I think people, if they're nice enough, I think they'll give you some tips, and I would definitely
please.
keep watching my videos.
Yes.
Yes.
So you kind of are prepared, but I think the basic ones, you kind of, I mean, you guys kind of know the basic stuff, but I think the bigger issue is always, people don't, I make videos about it, but it is your time. It's gonna be your time, but you'll have with a car, you'll learn about banking or how to get your money down here. You'll, work out your driver's license in your car and know where to go shop and do all that. But what you might have a problem with is, honey, we got 7 more hours in the day. What am I supposed to be doing?
Oh, no
I'm just
problem.
saying. I'm just saying.
right.
When you
True.
lived on that wheel for so long, it's almost be careful what you wish for in a way.
Right.
But that doesn't have to be. I'm just saying.
True.
Yeah.
Now you're like.
We'll volunteer. We
Let me-
volunteer at home.
Those beers
We'll
that you were
volunteer.
drinking starting at 5.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
you were going out at 12 in the afternoon. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
and, pancakes. Just give me a beer.
Right. Exactly.
But it does get dark early here.
5:30.
So, yeah. So we'll just go to bed early.
You tend to do that too.
Yeah.
Tend to get up early, which I'm just saying. It just seems like I think most people would agree with me that have lived
We'll
here
get
for a
more
long
sleep.
time. You do definitely got to come
get
up with
more
some
sleep.
sort of way to spend your, like whether it is what you're kind of saying, maybe volunteering somewhere,
Uh-huh.
Starting that little garden or some little
Exactly.
busyness. Because I'm telling you, when you go from just total
Sure.
like this to flatline,
Right.
it's like.
Exactly.
But
It's
that's
like-
anybody retiring. Unless
no,
they
it's
work
not-
too
no, it's-
long.
No, I don't. Yeah,
No?
it might be for time, but you're still, if you're
Time.
still like in a city, you're still kind of staying where you are. You're still in the rat race of your
true.
friends and the
True.
things you were doing.
Yes.
You're coming to another country. You don't know a
True.
ton of people.
Yes.
You're living in a place, so it might be a little
Yes.
different.
We're more
at least
like-
times 2, I
True,
think. A little.
true.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Just if you could live with me.
Yeah,
Because we have a big network.
he does have a low sperm count.
He
Yeah,
does.
there,
He
true.
does.
So maybe it's
Yeah,
he's-
but we've got a big
be it.
network
Glad
of friends and
everybody's
family.
found that
They
out.
just have to come see us.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be good. So when's this going to all take place? If it's going to take place?
As soon as we can
Ooh.
get rid of the house and all of the stuff, and that's the thing, all of the stuff,
All the
stuff,
That's-
the stuff.
Oh, I
That's
did
a
mean to ask you
project.
one thing, and we definitely don't got to go deep into this because
Okay.
you kind of mentioned it with the rising prices. Does politics play anything in your decision? It doesn't have to be who you like or who you don't
No.
like, but is there any political, like, man, I don't like the way this is going, any of that?
For me, yes.
Don't have to get into it. I'm just saying, was that
Yeah.
any part of it?
No, not the. Maybe for her a little bit of politics. Me was a little bit of the politics. A lot of the divide that's going on.
Yes.
Racism.
I didn't know.
People that are not tolerant of other people's what they like to do. Some of that a little bit, but that's not the main reason.
It's
but it does help.
it's weird if you watch TV, you think this is out. I agree with the people that go, when you walk outside your door, I don't see any of that. I see nice people.
Exactly.
I see people that don't really, it's all on the, I think the media sometimes it just pushes us on you like this is the
True.
common thing. Well, not where I live, not where I'm doing things.
Right.
True.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, the media wants to
Do
play
that, make
on
that
real
divide.
extremes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Make that divide.
Sure.
So we're not
No more
getting-
Walter
I just wondering if it was.
Cronkite,
I just was
you
wondering
know.
if it was any part of your decision
No,
because
no.
the emails I get, a lot of them,
I'm
not all
sure.
of them, but that is playing.
I bet.
That is playing, especially
Yeah.
during COVID, especially from Germany. It's like
Wow.
people.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
They just didn't like the
but
way
it was the end of
shutdown and
Angela
everything,
Merkel
right.
and the
Yeah, all
start
that
of true.
Right.
All right, guys, thanks a
Oh,
lot.
thanks so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure. Thank
I'm going to
Yeah.
let you guys know if when they make it down here, if they leave within a year, I'll tell you. Go remember those people? Those sperm counts.
Okies. Okies with low
I'm not going to
sperm
let that one
count.
go,
No,
sorry.
you're not.
It's too good, and I've never said it in a video before.
There you go.
All right, guys, I'm
Low
Michael
sperm count.
Allen. This is Jeff. This is Angie. TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps. Things are going to pop up. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it's Costa Rica, I'm going with my videos. Laters.